usual. I'm trying to get to my main page so I can actually see the screen and what I'm doing. But hi everyone. I'm Destin. I'm a little artist. You can call me Des. I have been making art since what 2018, I guess, professionally. Um, so that's awesome. That's fun. Today I am just working in Krita, and I am just sketching around, kind of just messing around, not really doing anything too crazy and important, but you know, just just wanted to go live and enjoy people, um, enjoy just messing around. Um, I wish I could figure out how to do things properly. Okay, finally got that figured out. All right. Oh my goodness, streaming is just a delight. It really is something else. But basically, I've been using Krita, which is a free program. Um, it's I like it. I like it a lot. I also I use Procreate mainly just because it's convenient to have a iPad and be able to take your drawing with you wherever you go. But the way that Krita works with a traditional drawing tablet that's like not has that doesn't have a screen, I just really like the way it feels. It feels more natural to me. So um, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of relearning Krita. So if you guys want to join me, that's what we're doing today. I'm kind of looking for reference images right now on Pinterest. I have it open in the background. You can't see. But when I find a reference image, I will put it in the actual image right here. So that's where my reference image is going to go, and I'll use it to kind of make a basic thumbnail of the sketch and then go from there. But I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to like drawing anything today. I finished my ping tuber, as you can see. Um, like, yeah, I finished this little guy, and it took me like maybe a week to do the ping tuber. Um, not a week. Sorry, I got distracted. It took me like a day to make this little ping tuber and figure out how to work the program. Um, it was something that um, I just have always wanted to do, I guess. I've just always wanted to have a little guy that talks for me, and it was really easy to set up. Honestly, I might want to draw some more states for my character. Um, just like make him be able to look excited, look angry, that kind of thing. Um, I don't know though. What? So I have to kind of like figure out what I'm going to do. That's that's probably the first step in this live stream is figuring out what the fuck I'm doing. If I'm gonna do a reference to like painting, or if I'm gonna draw my ping tuber. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm doing. Ha ha ha. That's so fun. What the fuck am I doing here? Why is this doing this to me? I don't want it to do this. Okay. Fuck. There we go. Okay. I was just using the wrong button. Oh my goodness. I'm still not used to using Procreate over... I'm not used to using Krita over Procreate. I ripped the Benjamin a couple too many times, I think, before this stream, so I am just not on my game today, but that's okay. We're gonna draw my little dude really close to the camera, and like, I'm literally referencing it by watching my own stream, just so I get all the details right. Hey Khalil, nice to see you. I'm just doing a little drawing stream. I'm good. Just drawing a ping tuber, which is the little guy in the corner that talks for me. Yes. I really like the way this little sketch is going so far. Oh yeah, I've been on YouTube since 2020, and I took a break for a while because there was some drama in the communities that I was in that was negatively affecting my mental health. So I took a break from content creation for a while, and now I'm back, just kind of doing art YouTube. I used to do kind of like a commentary style things on like community events that were happening in the mental health community. It was, and like kind of like, I was a drama whore, and I have done a lot of self-evaluation because that was not something that I enjoyed about myself, and it was something I was actually kind of ashamed of looking back on. Because I don't know, I feel like I was really young, I was going through a lot at that time, there was a lot of stuff going on that, you know, I don't really want to talk about publicly, but, it was something that, like, messed with my perception of, oh my god, I'm drawing on the fucking background layer, I'm drawing on the, oh my freaking goodness. Now I'm going to cry. Well, let's just cut this layer, because I can't believe I did that. But yeah, I used to have a YouTube for a long time, and I stopped, and now I'm starting over from scratch, because I want to make completely different content than I used to, so... This guy looks stressed out. That's what I'm trying to do, is like a stressed out little expression. You know? now, I actually want it to be more like that. Like close up, kind of fisheye lens. Oh, it's pretty good. Life is pretty good for me. How's life for you? I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of art stuff. I've been doing a lot of commissions recently and just catching up on those. Um, so just I've been keeping myself busy, but how about you? Hell yeah. Gotta love just chilling, vibing. Oh, Julia's good. I think she's hanging out with some friends right now. But she's been really good. She's just been chilling. Nothing too crazy. Okay, I'm kind of actually loving this. It's just weird enough to be to be cool. I like it. Ooh, I'm sorry. Insomnia is the worst. I specifically chose to do my streams late at night because I'm constantly always up in the middle of the night, and I can never sleep at a normal time. So I thought it would be good to use my downtime when I'm trying to sleep but can't to draw and stream it. um, because I need to get my art out there. I need people to see it so that I can get more commissions and, you know, be acknowledged for my pretty drawings. Um, Let me know if you could actually hear the background music. Um, I added some music, but I don't know if it's picking up. And I do stream on Twitch, not as often, just because Twitch doesn't seem to promote my channel to any audience, so I never get anybody watching my stream on Twitch, so I've been streaming on YouTube, but eventually I'll stream on Twitch as well, when I can afford to do both. But in order to be able to stream to both, you need to pay for, like, OBS Ultra, and I can't afford the $30 a month right now, so um, eventually, I will stream on Twitch, basically, is the long answer. But I have before, and I will again. Okay, there we go. Okay, we've got the base sketch now, so we can take a Benjamin break and think about what we're going to do for the final layer. And I think I kind of want to keep the sketchy line art to kind of give like that sketched out vibe, because that's what I'm going for. So I will think about what line art I'm gonna do, because I think maybe like a pen, maybe like a thicker. That was ass. Oh my god. See, this is why I hate doing line art. You have a busy day. I guess I would say I have a pretty busy day. I mean, for like, I try to make it busy. I have disabilities, so it's kind of hard to get out a lot. Um, but I do keep myself busy at home, just because if I don't, I will go crazy. Um, I have to have something that I'm doing with myself and my time, because otherwise I kind of lose it. Aw, thank you. This is not my usual art style. This is just kind of like my doodle art style. Um, but I appreciate it. My usual art style is way more semi-realistic. Um, I don't usually. This is what I used to draw like in high school all the time. I would do little chibi characters. And last night in my stream, somebody said, oops, somebody said to draw my character chibi style, and it actually inspired me to make my Pingtuber more chibi style, like I used to do in high school, because for one, it's easier. Two, it's freaking adorable. So thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Would you ever host a Draw This in Your Style challenge? I would like to. I like I've never done it before, but I would like to. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Um, I don't usually do a lot of challenges and stuff. I have a terrible job of keeping on top of a schedule. I forget a lot of things. So if I plan for something like a challenge or something like that, I tend to forget when the due date is. Um, and I'm always late at things. So I try not to put myself in that position where people might get mad at me for being late. Yeah, Chibi's a really cute art style. I love it too. It's just really fun and cute. Did I put a little pocket on my character? I did. Oh yeah, I'd love to see some of your art. I don't think I've seen it before, or if I have, I forget. Um, but I absolutely love doing that kind of stuff. So I will try to come up with some kind of challenge when I have more of a reach, so people actually participate. I think the one time I've tried to do it, not only was I late, but not a lot of people signed up. So okay, we've got this freaked out looking Dez. Oh no, I fucking hate art block. I was having that for like a minute today. I couldn't figure out what to draw, and it was stressing me out. Like I genuinely was getting like pissed off because I was so bored and I didn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, I probably do follow you. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, but I just don't remember what it looks like. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I follow you. Tim Burton, yes. Okay, I do have influence from Tim Burton's style, and I can see it in my art, um, but I don't mean to. I think I have a Blue Sky account. I actually don't even know what it is. It might be my old username, Destin Draws, DESTIN Draws. Um, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. Um, Yeah, let me know if you find my Blue Sky account, because I don't even I don't even know what my username is. I don't use it very often. Um, I'm mostly on Instagram, honestly. That's like kind of my main platform lately. I used to be on TikTok, not so much anymore. Um, just because of everything that's gone on TikTok. Oh my god. Um, it's a crazy time over on TikTok, the clock app, if you will. Okay, I don't want it to be colored, but I have to put in a base layer. Um, and then I have to adjust it and make it so it's. Oh my god, there's so many things to do to make a ping tuber. Do you go to art school? I went to 2 or 3 art classes at a community college, but I am primarily self-taught. I didn't do any like extreme art classes. I took two-dimensional design and drawing. So I know how to do some basic stuff. I learned color theory. I learned the difference and the importance of line weight and how line can be interpreted like in an abstract way. Like I did some abstract lessons, which I actually thought was cool, and I implement some of those abstract ideas into my main art, which is not abstract. I do a lot of illustrations, characters, and then I do paintings and landscapes. I've been thinking of doing something more with my art, but nothing close to me offered anything. Um, I think you kind of have to like push your art out there. Like nobody's gonna like, I don't know. In my experience, you kind of have to make people like your art. You kind of have to just put it out there and advertise yourself. You have to sell yourself a little bit. Um, because even if your art's not that good, it has like meaning and value. Um, and I think that everybody should have the opportunity to, make a living on their passion if they want to, um, or just, share it with other people and have it be acknowledged and validated. Um, I think it's really important to just do that, even if you don't get the audience you deserve rightfully at first. It takes a long time to build it up. I mean, I feel like sometimes, I mean, I'm a professional artist and I've been selling my art for a long time, but even I feel like I'm not that good of an artist, um, that I'm not like worth it. Yeah, you do need to advertise yourself more. You definitely need to just like keep posting, try to make reels or short form content on TikTok, reels, or what is it, YouTube Shorts. That's a really good way to gain followers. Also, advertise that you do commissions. If you want commissions, the only way to get them is by advertising that you do commissions and finding people who want commissions by going into places where people are known to sell them. So there's like Discord servers. I've had experience on DeviantArt selling commissions. You can also go on Blue Sky or Twitter. People buy commissions there. Twitter still has a pretty big art community on there. Um, TikTok, I have had less success with, um, turning my audience from TikTok into sales or long term followers. I feel like TikTok is just very fast paced. Um, Commissions, yeah, I haven't had as much success with TikTok on commissions. I think the biggest one I've had the most success on for commissions is Instagram, and then also actually posting an ad for local like people. So putting it on like I don't know, Craigslist or Google Maps or something like that. Like you can post your art as like a business, a small business. Um, yeah, it is very hard to determine genuine buyers from bots. What I've experienced is if they do the fake PayPal screenshot thing, or if they're asking for your email, um, if they want to send a check, they're not real. Um, so, I mean, really, the only way to know they're real for sure is if they want like to do a real commission. They're going to give you a pretty good detailed description, um, and it's gonna sound like a real person talking to you. It's not gonna sound like a script. I know there's some scammers out there that will like do like an art script and be like, "Oh, I want this drawing of my son's dog, and I want my son in the picture." And they also don't look at the kind of art style or subjects that you do. They'll just ask you for something random that you might not even advertise that you do. So it's something like you want to basically make sure that everybody that is asking you for your art has actually looked at your art. Um, and they'll be able to tell you, usually they'll be like, oh, I really like this piece that you did. Can you do that style in my commission? And that's a green flag. That's like, oh, okay, you've actually seen my artwork. You know what kind of commissions that I do. You know what art commissions are like to, you know how to buy an art commission. Because like when you sell art commissions, you always want to make sure that you have all the information that you need for the commission to be the best that it can be. Um, because they're going to be word of mouth is the best opportunity for sales. I've gotten a lot of sales just by one of my friends being like, "Oh, my friend made me this and it's fucking amazing," and they do commissions. And somebody else will message me and be like, "Oh, I heard about you from so and so," and you just like you get a lot of commissions that way. Um, Especially because they know you're a real person. So I mean, I just advocate for doing a lot of local and like in-person sales. I think they go over better, and people actually have more of a connection to your work when they can see it in person, and they're not just scrolling down their For You page or their feed. Um, yeah. Sorry, I ranted for like a minute. Let me hit my vape and take a second to cool off. See, I need it to look sketchier. I'm gonna clean up the lines around this and then just kind of keep some of the sketchiness to it. Especially around the eyes. Oh yeah, selling at festivals, I'm not gonna lie, you don't want to start there. I have sold at markets and festivals and stuff, and it does work. It is a way, but for every 100 people that pass you, maybe one will stop and look at your art, and then maybe for every 10 people that stop and look at your art, maybe one will buy your art. So it's difficult, and you have to have a lot of sales experience, in my experience, to be able to pull it off. Not only that, but you want to make sure that the festival you're at or the art market you're at um, kind of has a lot of people that would like your style. So, for example, you wouldn't want to sell like a goth anime style at a farmer's market, um, because the farmer's market people are going to be looking for like pretty landscapes and cute stuff. Um, Stuff that would fit their aesthetic. So you want to make sure that you're catering to your audience. Um, And that's like a big thing about art sales that I feel like a lot of people don't really take into account is when you're making art for an audience, you're making art for money. It's a lot different than making art for yourself, right? You're not able to draw some of the things maybe you would like to draw because they won't sell as well, or you can't sell those pieces, and you have to make art that does sell, and you have to know what kind of art sells, what people are looking for, and where to find that audience. So I know if you do like posting goth anime art, um, Twitter is a great place for posting that. There is a lot of AI in that field, um, but you can still find a good audience of people who don't want AI art, and like that style. So you definitely want to make sure you're researching what kind of art sells where and that kind of thing. But like being self-conscious about your art is also so normal. Like I'm self-conscious about my art. It's scary to be sketching on stream right now. I hate AI too. Don't even get me started. I hate AI so much. It makes me angry. Especially the cold, dead, lifeless eyes of AI art. Um, Ugh, gives me the creeps. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I kind of like that sketchy vibe we've got going on. So we're gonna go bloop, and now we're gonna add some colors. Yeah, I've been on DeviantArt for so long. I think since like 2012, and I mean I've had a lot of different accounts over the years. I'll delete my account and then restart because I hated my art as a teenager. Um, but like it's tragic the amount of AI art that's on DeviantArt nowadays. It's really sad. I used to really like DeviantArt for it's just so much art, just so much cool art that people like actually made, and it was a great way to find small artists. But now it's just full of trash, and I don't even go on there anymore. I used to be pretty active on it, and I still go on every once in a while, but I'm not super active on it anymore. Yeah, I'll still post on there every once in a while, but I never really scroll anymore. It used to be one of my favorite platforms to just like look at art and scroll and vibe, but now it's sad. I don't like it anymore. I don't like this brush. There we go. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the most important part, is actually putting effort in to make handmade art, because it's always going to be better than AI. Just because it has actual intention and meaning. There we go. Gotta check my phone because somebody's blowing me up. My wife was just saying hi. Alright, what am I doing here? Highlighting tips for Procreate? Well, it's pretty much the same in Krita, so I can just show you some highlighting tips because I'm about to do some highlighting. Essentially, okay, so I'm gonna make a new little page. Basically, you. Okay, let me. I will explain. Okay, so as you can see, I make my pages not white. They're a little gray. They're not. It's called a mid-tone, right? So you want to pick a mid-tone. Okay, so let's say we have an object, okay, and it's it's got light on it. Let's say it's a box, okay? We're gonna draw a box really quick. It's not gonna be a good box. Let's just say we have this box. We have a light source coming from this way, and it's hitting the main side is on this back end side. Okay, so that's where our light is coming from. So let's say our light source is yellow. Okay? So we have a yellow light source. Okay? And let's say our block is red. Okay? I'm just choosing primary colors to make it easier for myself, just because that's just easy. But let's say our block is red. So you're going to color the whole block red, because the block is a red block, okay? But based on our environment, the light is yellow, right? So our highlights are going to be yellow colored, and our shadows are going to be the opposite of yellow, which is blue, right? So, I mean, that's just the ambient light, but to make it easier for ourselves, we're going to say the ambient light is blue, because a lot of shadows in yellow light, the sky is blue, so the ambient light is blue. So, ambient light on this side, we're going to, what I do is I lower the opacity, not on that, on the brush, and then I will go to my settings, and I'll put multiply, and then I'm gonna do a dark blue, and that is the shadow. Okay, now for highlighting, you can do multiply, or what I like to do is I like to do soft light, and so you're gonna go to yellow. And so keep in mind, our main highlighted point is going to be this back side over here. So you're not going to be able to see the pure yellow slash white light. So what you're going to want to do is just make it almost look like it's glowing from the sides, because so those sides are going to be more red than the back, which is like gonna be a kind of blue. But you can also do like a very light yellow to kind of make the top even more glowy, because if you want like a more direct light source from above, this is gonna be like this. So that is essentially how you highlight when it comes to form. But when it comes to like a face, right, you want to know how your form works around your face. So, for example, like for this one, I would put a highlight like here, maybe up here, like near the brows, and then definitely on the nose, you know? And it just makes the form pop a lot more. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the multiply to do some shadows. We're gonna do a dark blue. soft light, add some more highlights to the hair. Yeah, you can absolutely DM me a drawing, and I will send you some advice if I know how to help. You know, I don't really like what's going on here, so I'm going to just go like that. Whoop. I don't think I like that brush. We're gonna go to yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't just go ahead and DM me, you know, whatever. I will definitely send my critiques. You've heard the light source thing numerous times and have never been able to implement it. Honestly, I get that. It's honestly because it's color theory and it's actually a lot more difficult than it seems. Like to actually implement it. Um, at least in my experience, I had heard it so many times, but I had not really grasped it until I took some like actual lessons in color theory and really dedicated myself to understanding color theory and how colors interact with each other. That's really what you need to know is how colors interact with each other and how light interacts with other surfaces. Um, and that's really what progressed my art to the next level when I was feeling like stuck. Um, it's a lot more difficult than people think it is. I recommend watching Sam Does Art. He actually helped me understand the light source thing um, a lot better. He's really good at explaining it in a simple way that's easy to understand and easy to emulate. Where the light goes and where the shadow goes. Yeah, that's based. So you definitely want to look at references. If you don't understand like basic form when it comes to like shadows, um, it's something that you have to look at references to get. So the only reason I know a shadow is going to be on this side is because, is because I know that the light source is coming from this angle, and I know what a cube looks like when it's under direct sunlight at one angle. So it's something you want to use a reference to kind of understand the basic idea of how form interacts with light. So, like, for example, if I have a sphere, and let's say the light source is this way, it's coming from the front of it, so the shadow is going to be back here, because the light's coming from like this angle, maybe more like that angle, and then the shadow's going to be this way. So the light is always going to be on the opposite side of the shadow. And basically anything that casts a shadow is going to be form, right? So when it comes to faces, let's say you draw a face right here. The light is coming from above, okay? Let's just clean this up a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here. If the light is coming from above on a face, okay, we have a face. Okay, so you have eyebrows. Those stick out, right? The nose sticks out. The lips kind of stick out a little bit. So the eyes are actually further back, and you have some eyelids and your irises. Okay? And there's cheekbones here, so there's a face, right? When it comes to light on a face, you have your midtone, which is what everything that isn't in shadow or light is colored, right? Let's say really light face, really light skin, okay? Gonna have the highlight on all the places that are being hit by light in the reference photo. Okay? So if that's the basic form of a face, then we're gonna have shadow under the eyes, and or above the eyes and under the eyebrows, under the nose, in this area, right here, and right here, and then also under the hair. So it's just knowing what form you're trying to draw. That's basic form and anatomy is what you're gonna want to focus on, and that will help you implement those planes of light into your drawings. Okay, that's enough with that. Yeah, of course. I love giving art advice when I actually know what I'm doing. Yeah, of course. This outfit I'm wearing is giving Dean Winchester, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I forgot my piercings! That's like important. I am streaming every night, at least 3 nights a week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for sure, from 9 to like 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, if not those 3 days, I will be on most likely almost every night from that time. But yeah, I usually stream from 9 to 12. At least that's the new schedule that I'm trying to stick to. Well, I think Eastern Standard Time is 3 or 4 hours ahead of me. Um, right now it is 12 or 10:40 right now, so I don't know what time it is for you, but if you subtract the difference, that's the time that I'll be on. Yeah, definitely look at references. I promise it will make your life 10,000 times easier. Yeah, I am on Discord. I'll message you my Discord info on Instagram. Yeah, thanks for stopping in and, hanging out in the stream. I love when people do that. Have a good night. for reference because I don't know what to draw. And I still have a bunch of streaming left. wow, drawing buses is kind of hard. Alright guys, I am going to be ending the stream just a little bit early, about half an hour early, just because there's not really any more change, and I don't have anything else that I really want to do on this drawing. I don't have enough time to color it all in, and I'm also getting tired. But this is my little sketch of a fairy princess. I don't know. It's just a fun little drawing. So, I don't know, just wanted to share my sketching habits. Enjoy. If you did enjoy this stream, make sure you leave a like, make sure that you ring the notification bell so you know when I go live next, and I will see you in the next video. Alright.